It's an assembly of members of civil society organizations, traditional rulers and representatives of INEC, united on the need to shore up women's participation in the Nigerian political space. The program, put together by the Nigerian Women Trust Fund in conjunction with INEC, seeks to increase women participation in politics by encouraging more women to get involved in politics, both at the grassroots and at higher levels. Expressing concern about the low representation of women in political participation, the program director of the NWTF, Ruth Manu, says the organization seeks to address this through the European Union supporting democratic governance in Nigeria.
Nigeria has remained at its lowest globally in terms of women's leadership and representation. In West Africa, the average is within the range of 15%. And then globally is at 25%. You can see Nigeria is doing very, very poorly. If even among West African countries, we have 4.8%, while they are having 15%.
And for the Deputy Director, Gender Inclusivity at INEC, more sensitization and active engagement of women is needed to increase the interest and participation of women in politics.
Much more women are brought into the decision-making architecture of political parties. Because if you have more women as excos of political parties, they will definitely drive and push for what would interest and uplift them as well. So we're having engagements. We're not dealing solely with the Nigerian Women Trust Fund. We have many other development partners that we partner with.
The importance of collaboration between civil society organizations, INEC and other critical stakeholders in the area of political engagement is also emphasized.
It's quite important for civil society, INEC and some critical stakeholders to come together to talk about women's involvement in politics and in leadership. But I think that it's important for us to have more specific laws and policies across political parties to ensure that there is a greater participation of women at that level.
Recently, different women groups protested the rejection of 5 gender bills that seek to promote more opportunities for women in governance. The gains have been few, including the April 2022 Federal High Court judgment, which ordered the federal government to implement the National Gender Policy, which reserves 35% of public offices for women. However, the women have promised to continue to engage until there's visible improvement.